Alright, welcome to this next video. Hope you've enjoyed the videos so far which helped you understand some of the basics around marketing. All the way from the marketing mix, understanding the 4 Ps, all the way to exploring segmentation, targeting and positioning and understanding why it is so critical to understand your target audience, to understand the user before you even get started thinking about marketing. Now, what we'd like to talk about in this video is helping you get a better sense of what a career in marketing looks like. A career in marketing can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and there are a lot of reasons why people are generally attracted to a career in marketing. Some people are attracted to a career in marketing just because it sounds sexy. Some people are attracted to a career in marketing because they've seen their own relatives or friends or alumni from college picking up careers in marketing. Some people choose a career in marketing because it seems like an alternative choice versus all these standard engineering and technology related careers which everyone seems to be going into. What we'll be spending time over the next 10 to 15 minutes is giving you a clearer picture about what a career in marketing looks like. Now, before we get started onto that, what is marketing really about? Marketing is really about just being able to convince someone to talk to you. Marketing is really about convincing someone to trust you, to really trust the company which you're marketing for, to really trust the products which you're marketing for. And marketing, in a very fundamental way, is about convincing someone to give you their money. Because unless someone is willing to pay, you as a company are not going to have revenue. And if marketing is not able to impact revenue, then it's not really serving any business value at all. So marketing is definitely all of these things. Marketing is about being able to attract people, about being able to engage an audience, giving them the right type of content so they end up trusting you, and making sure that someone trusts you to the extent where they see value in the product or service that you're offering and is willing to part with their own money to get access to the product or service which you're marketing. But while all of these things definitely are what marketing is, here is something which marketing is definitely not. Marketing is not an art, right? Marketing is not about creating good looking campaigns. Marketing is not about creating visually stunning pieces of advertising. Marketing is not about just creating things which look good, because in today's technology heavy world, in today's data heavy world, marketing has evolved into being more of a science than being an art. And if you think about the amount of data that is available, especially if you're associated in the fields of digital marketing, the amounts of data is so much that you can actually derive scientific and statistical insights from that data, and you're able to convert those insights into powerful campaigns. So marketing is no longer the area where you just have some creative directors or art directors deciding what is the best jingle to put up on a radio ad or deciding what actors to cast in a particular advertisement. But marketing has actually evolved into a science with a set of best practices and a set of analytical tools that you want to use over and over again to get better results. However, while marketing is not art, good marketing or great marketing is indistinguishable from great art. We've all seen those advertisements, we've all seen those campaigns, we've all heard of those brands which are etched into our memory forever. Think about Coca Cola, think about BMW, think about Tesla, think about any of these brands, and you immediately are able to recall what all of these brands stand for. And the reason why you're able to recall all of these what these brands stand for is because they are great marketing. These brands have produced brilliant marketing campaigns time and again. Their overall marketing strategies have been based in a good amount of science, using a good amount of data to deliver to you marketing which almost ends up looking like art. At the end of the day, when you look at all of this marketing as an end user, you just feel so wowed and so enamored by it that you just feel as if you're looking at a work of art. Now, while I drew the distinction here between marketing not being art, but good marketing still being able to create great art? The question that I next want to answer is, what is good marketing? Well, marketing is essentially just a salesperson, right? I clearly said that unless marketing is able to convince someone to part with their own money, it's not really serving any major business objective. And hence, good marketing has to be equal to a salesperson, right? Just how a salesperson can have that one on one conversation with a customer and convince them, marketing has pretty much the similar objective, to be able to communicate to literally tens of thousands of people in a single shot and be able to convince all of those people to be more interested, to be more to have a higher potential of buying a particular product or a particular service. And hence, while there is a big separation, or while there is a big difference between what is the objective of marketing as well as what is the objective of sales, and the specific roles that exist within marketing and sales in any given organization, at the end of the day, the objective of marketing is to support sales, and the objective of marketing is to pretty much be a salesperson. And that is what all marketers should always try to do. It's not about just creating a good looking ad, it's about creating an ad that can generate revenue, and that is what you want to be focused on as a marketer. Now, what does a marketing career involve? A marketing career, in addition to all the fancy stuff around handling social media ads, creating advertisements, creating great content, creating videos, in addition to all of that, your marketing career involves essentially three things, right? Your marketing career involves getting the right context. And what do I mean by the right context? When I'm talking about the right context, I'm talking about your ability as a marketing person to really be able to understand the market. If you're in the market for insurance products, you need to make sure that you really understand the insurance market, all the dynamics, all the technical dynamics, as well as all the regulatory dynamics that play out in the insurance market. As a marketeer, you cannot survive unless you really understand the product, right? If you're marketing a product, you really need to understand the product almost as well as the technical person who has really developed that product. Because unless you really understand all the nitty gritties of the product that you're marketing, you'll not be able to market it as effectively. And then what you end up doing is you just end up creating a good looking campaign versus a really effective campaign. And finally, in terms of context, you really need to understand the target audience. You need to understand what motivates them. You need to understand what excites them. You need to understand their fears, their anxieties. Pretty much everything there is to learn about the target audience is something a marketer needs to have in their context. The next thing that a marketing career involves is content, right? Content. Now, we've talked about content briefly through the rest of the videos, and we will spend a lot of time talking about content in the following videos. But content essentially is a key piece of marketing. Almost everything that a marketing person does converts into some form of content. It could be an ad, it could be a blog that you're writing, it could be a sales enablement material that you're creating. Pretty much everything that you create ends up becoming content. And that is what in a marketing career you need to be very strong at, is the ability to create content which is engaging. Now, what do I mean by helping someone through their journey? Typically, a buyer has a journey through which they go when they are making a purchase. Of course, some product categories, let's say chewing gum, has an extremely short purchase journey. You want to buy chewing gum, you go to a shop, you buy chewing gum. However, most products, especially high value products, have a significantly longer purchase journey. Let's say I'm planning to buy a diamond for my better half. I am going to spend time, I will need education on what the different attributes of selecting a diamond are. I will need information and content on the different ways in which that diamond can be used on different accessories. Is it a bracelet? Is it an earring? Is it a ring on a finger? I need to have educational material that helps me really move forward in my journey towards finally being able to make a decision. And the brand or the company or the product which supports the buyer's journey with the right content is definitely going to end up on top. And hence, a marketer needs to understand what are all the different pain points, and can I create content which resonates with each of those pain points for my buyer, and am I able to educate that buyer, and will the buyer see me as an authority figure, see me as someone who is an expert on that topic, and as a result of that end up buying from me. The next thing that is important, or that plays a big role in a marketing career, is campaigns. Now you've understood the context of the market, of the target user, and understood about your product. You've created a ton of content which answers the different questions that your buyer would have across their buyer journey, but none of that is useful unless you're able to convert it into an effective marketing campaign. We spent a lot of time talking about the different marketing channels that are available, as well as what translates into a successful marketing campaign, including the context and the timing. And that is what that campaign thinking is all about. Once you've thought of a content, you need to be able to think about, how do I syndicate this content across the internet? How do I syndicate this content through the right channels so that my target buyer, my prospect, is actually able to consume it? So essentially, these are the different C's that are present in your marketing career. Getting the full hang of the context, being able to convert that context into content that is meaningful for the buyer, and being able to take that content and deliver it via effective campaigns. Next, let's take a look at the different marketing roles that are typically available, especially in the B2B software marketing world. You have product marketing. Product marketing deals with closely working with the product management team, taking the different features of the product and converting those features into value propositions for the market or the rest of the marketing teams to use. There's content marketing. Content marketing can essentially be broken down into two parts. One is the core content creation, which is thinking of the core ideas, the core questions which the audience wants to be answered during their buyer journey, and being able to create the content around those. But just creating that core text-based content isn't enough. In today's world of images and video, you need strong skills, or you need people who can convert that content into appealing infographics, into interesting and intuitive videos. And that is why content marketing itself essentially comes in two flavors. You have folks who work on the core content, and then you have folks who take that core content and convert it into more appealing final end collaterals. Then, of course, you have a various set of roles within digital marketing, all the way from handling search engine marketing to search engine optimization to paid advertising on LinkedIn, Facebook, social media, and so on and so forth. You have account-based marketing or inside sales, which essentially focuses on taking all the leads which come in, taking all of the people who are interested at some level, and then nurturing those people and converting those people into warmer prospects which your sales team can talk to. And that is what account-based marketing is really focused on. You have press and media relations, which focuses on working with the PR agencies and media firms to secure coverage for a particular brand or product in some of these outlets, which can further help drive awareness. You have social media teams focus on leveraging social media to build those communities, to build those relationships, and build those conversations which focus beyond more than just the product. You have analyst relationships. Analyst relationships is a specialized marketing field typically present in enterprise software sales, where you have a lot of influential analyst firms. You can Google names such as Gartner or Forrester. These are names of some of the analyst firms, and analyst relationships working with some of these analyst firms and making sure that they have a very positive view of the product or service that you're offering, and that they end up recommending your product or service in their research and in their recommendations. And of course, you have advocate marketing or customer marketing, which essentially focuses on using your existing set of customers and leveraging those customers to create your own brand marketing and using those customers to further propagate the message of your brand. Now, while these are the different types of roles available in marketing, any marketing person needs to have a very strong combination of both the left brain and the right brain. And what I mean by that is, I would like to circle back to the point which I made earlier about marketing not being an art, While marketing is definitely not an art with the amount of data that is available in marketing, which requires you to actually look deep into the data, do a bunch of data crunching, and come up with your recommendations and analysis, you can further use the creative side of your brain to take that core research that you have done, take those insights, and then convert those insights once you have that foundation set up in solid analytics. Take those in analytics and insight and convert it into a very appealing marketing campaign. And that is why marketing typically requires, or a marketing person typically requires, both a good combination of a left brain analytical thinking as well as a right brain creative thinking. So, finally, just to conclude, marketing requires you to think. It requires you to look at the existing set of data that is available. It requires you to use that data to conceive new ideas, apply your creativity on top of the insights that you have gathered, and create new concepts, create new ideas, and then, of course, scream those ideas loud in front of the world so that everyone gets to know about the product and the services that you're offering.